Hey everyone, really warm welcome back to the channel. Well, in the long term, I'm going to build a really cool slide out storage thing in the back of the bus. But for now, I've got a bit of inspiration from watching those super cool, oh, sorry, bad joke, super cool adventuring, going around the outback Aussies with their slide out compressor fridges. And all of them have these little fabric insulating jackets on, which really help the performance of the fridge. Now, that's probably overkill for the UK, but what the hell, I've got some spare fabric, so I thought I'd give it a go. And at least in the short term, before the slide out boot storage box thing is ready, then at least the fridge will be a bit protective from the inevitable bangs and scrapes and so on. So let's get into it and let's dig out the fabric and go and see what we can make. Anyway, this is the sort of stuff that's available commercially for, well, to Aussies, I guess, using their fridges around the outback. I've no idea if we can get hold of these in the UK, but here's the sort of thing I'm building towards. Hopefully something nice and stylish and functional. I'm thinking I'll try and get some storage pockets on the front of mine as well, so I can keep our, it was nearly rude then, so I can keep our stuff together and organised. So if you followed the caravan mods I've been doing, you'll have seen this fabric before. It's a waterproof pre-quilted thing, so it's got thin shillate style wadding on the inside, and then this sort of waterproofy bit on the front. Now it's not completely waterproof, obviously, because it's quilted, so there are stitch lines through it all the way through. And I'll probably end up having to mix and match some of the super waterproof stuff and the shower-proof softer microfiber stuff that I've got, because I am running out of offcuts. Now, it's really important that the vents here on the lower half of the front and the sides are left clear, obviously, and so that I can get to the power socket on the back and the controls are on the front. But other than that, all the other surfaces can be covered, but these ones must be at least accessible for the plug, and on the front kept completely clear so the vents work fine. Otherwise that is not going to be a very happy fridge. Originally I thought I might include a layer of this multi-layer foil insulation stuff, but it works best when it's not compressed, and I think it'll just make the whole thing a bit bulky. So I had a dabble around and decided just to use the 2 layers of fabric. The outside layer, I've got this super tough Cordura, I think it's Cordura or Cordura type waterproof fabric. So it's a lovely grey marl on the front of it and jet black on the inside. So originally I was hoping that I'd be able to make up each panel separately and then just join them together as a bag, so join each of the faces together. But as I was working through, it became quite clear that that would have been far too tricky to get through the machine. So I decided the simplest construction method would be to make each panel separately and then to join them together with some trim over the outside. And yeah, that is a piece of boarding rail I'm using as a long ruler. And the other thing I did was cut a hole in the bottom so that the fridge could basically live in the bag all year round. But when it came to cleaning and draining, that was super easy. Hence there's a hole and a flap covering that in the bottom. So first I just cut an X shape in the fabric, and then I folded each edge under and then hemmed all around. And I did exactly the same technique for the rear handle. For the front handle, I added a bit more webbing to add strength because this panel was somewhat free floating, and I needed to link the lid with the base to be able to keep the tension and to keep the thing done up properly. I also added a bit of plain fabric as a simple pocket, so not padded, just the plain waterproof stuff. And then that flap to cover the drain hole when it's not in use, and then some bits of webbing to join the base to the front without blocking the vents. Then I added this large side pocket. I did that by folding the edges into form, I guess what you'd call a gusset, and then stitching over that, and then adding a bit of trim and stitching it all onto the side of the jacket itself. And then also that needed a Velcro tab at the top, obviously, to keep the pocket from bowing out, so to keep it nice and straight when it was in transit, hopefully the right sort of size for plates or that sort of thing. And then just another simple little flat pocket on the other side. So lastly, I added a flap under the rear handle to keep everything tidy and keep it all nicely together, and keep the bag structured, solid and good, and working the way it should be rather than being flappy and saggy. So here's how it all goes together, and then the view from each side. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that little make. It's a really great bag. I'm really impressed with how it's turned out actually. It looks great, if I say so myself. Certainly a lot more cheery, I think, than some of the army green and sort of plain grey fabric-y things. So I really like the way the trim helps it pop, and it works really well. With those Velcro seams, I was a bit worried at first that that would just be getting rid of some bulkiness to add other types of bulkiness, but no, they work really well, and because I can get the layers to sit on top of each other, it just means the whole thing sits nice and flat and looks good. Also very helpful for keeping our stuff together because of all those pockets, so it just keeps it from being spread all over the floor of the boot. Anyway, the normal stuff, please, subscribe if you're not already, thumbs up if it was useful, all that sort of stuff. Remember to hit the bell icon, and then you get notified every time a new video comes out. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So bye for now. See ya.